What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm here to bring you guys the latest video in my must-have must-gag series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all of the Instagram pages I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. Now, some of those links may be affiliated links. If you shop through them, I very much appreciate it. Otherwise, I'm just happy you're here. Feel free to copy and paste just the name of the product that I have listed down below, and I'm sure you'll be able to find it in Google search or whatever browser you tend to use. This makeup look has been filmed. Hopefully the footage is okay. There was a lot of background noise at the time of me filming, so who knows, but I am filming currently with the Sephora Cosmetics and Baddie Bean Hollow Bean palette. This look is actually the first look I am doing with this palette, and I'm hopeful to get hopefully 2 more looks done before I want to upload. Just rock with me though, because life has been really hectic and I'm adding one new adventure to my life this week. So once I can kind of stabilize my life, I will begin again kind of giving you guys a post every Sunday with the videos that are going to be going up. But until I can really stabilize my personal life, I can't really justify posting those community posts and then I'm not accurate because life gets in the way. But anyways, this is what's on my eyes today. On my cheeks today is actually from the Hourglass palette. I'm using the orange blush and this lighter highlighter, so very intrigued about that, and I will have the link down below when this video goes live, so that if the event you're interested in one particular item, you can see all of those things. If you're wondering what else I received this week, I did physically get in my hands this Nomad palette, which is the Hudson Valley palette. So in addition to that Hudson Valley palette, I also did receive my Caladios order, so that video, as long as everything goes according to plan, should be up actually tomorrow. I've already recorded it. I just need to sit down and edit all of the B-roll into everything, so I'm very, very hopeful that that will work out. I think that's all the updates that I have to give for you guys. If my background looks completely different, which I'm sure it does, I'm in the middle of updating both my background and then also my lighting, so do bear with me in these next couple of videos. Hopefully I will get the products that I need to kind of finalize it, at least for now. And my plant is currently missing, and that is because sis is dying and I'm trying to kind of revive her by keeping her close to my window to kind of dry out the soil. So I'm sure you guys really cared about all that information. Let's just go ahead and get into the new makeup releases. Okay, so I have a lot of things to talk about, so I'm going to try and run through them. Cara Beauty has come out with quite a few different styles of lashes, and these are specifically for Halloween. There are 6 different styles, and I think they all look kind of cool. Basically, it's just a kind of generic lash, but with like a Halloween kind of emoji in the lash. I think these would be really, really cool if you're somebody who wants to do kind of Halloween themed makeup without doing like the full on SFX type makeup. So I'm actually kind of intrigued. I don't know how expensive these are. I'm sure you can only get these on the website. I'm not positive I'm going to be picking them up. I do currently wear lashes now, pretty much only when I'm filming in my room. But who knows? I may pick them up and actually wear them out and about. Glam Light is doing a collaboration with Barbie. And in this collaboration, they not only have an eyeshadow palette, they also have a body oil and some lip kits, and then a mascara or a liner. I'm not really interested in anything in this collection, if we're being honest. I think it looks cute, and I definitely think that they kind of did a really nice cohesive range when it comes to the lip products and the eyeshadow, but it's just not something that I particularly am interested in. I'm not a huge Barbie person. I was never a huge Barbie person. I actually gave away my Barbies when I was younger to people during my birthday parties, so that tells you how involved I really am when it comes to Barbie. So yeah, for me, there's just no nostalgia. The eyeshadow the color scheme doesn't really seem like something that's barking up my alley, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that. Mob Beauty, which is a brand I don't think I've ever talked about or heard about, has come out with some cream clay blush refills. So these look really interesting. I love the range of shades that they have provided here. I love the idea that these are refills and that they are also creams as well. It is $25 per refill and $30 per compact. I'd be intrigued to know if the refills are magnetic or if you literally need a compact to kind of house the product. I've never heard this range before, so definitely let me know if you've heard about them, if you know where they're sold. I'll try my absolute best to find where they're sold and link it down below. But I'm intrigued. There are a couple of shades that look interesting, both because they're really bright, but also because they're really nudie and the type that I would pick up. I'm going to show you guys hopefully the darker skin model. I would pick up M75 and M74. I think those would be the perfect shades for me, and they would really reflect my current interest when it comes to not only cream blushes but also powder blushes as well. I would love to hear your opinions on that product. Additionally, Patrick Ta has come out with his blush palette for holiday, and this not only includes blushes but also their very first highlighter duo, and I feel like that's the main reason, the main draw that people are actually going to go ahead and pick up this palette. They really want to try his cream highlighter formula. For me, I am interested, but I'm not interested enough to pick up this palette. This palette doesn't look like it's going to be the shades, specifically the blushes. They look to be like the kind of lightness of the same. They look to be the same type of lightness as the very first blush duo that I picked up from him, and not the second. The second one is nice and deep and it actually shows up on my skin tone, whereas the first one really doesn't, and it just looks a hot mess on me. So I feel like these two blushes in this palette are going to be very reminiscent of that. And although I'm interested in trying the highlighter, I'm not that interested. So once he comes out with these in like single highlighter duos, then maybe I'll pick one up, but until then, I'm good. So one thing I actually want to talk about now, because I'm afraid I'm going to actually forget about it, is something that I actually got an email from when it comes to Adept Cosmetics. They are coming out with these blush highlighter slash bronzer highlighter trios, and I'm very intrigued by these. I've been really getting into the brand, and the fact that they're now venturing out to face palettes is just perfect for me. So each palette retails for $22, or you can get the whole kit and caboodle for $65. They will be releasing on October 8th at 12 p.m. EST, and I am very intrigued by the darkest bronzer trio, of course, and then the more warm tone pinky-ish blush trio. Now that said, I'm not really a big pink blush wearer, so I would need to see swatches on those that pink blush trio, but that bronzer trio I'm pretty much definitely going to pick up. You guys know I love to test out bronzers. Sometimes I'm willing to test out certain bronzers, sometimes I'm not, but this is definitely a trio that I'm going to be picking up. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be picking up that blush trio. I just need to see more fine-tuned in the swatches on somebody near my complexion. So it looks like the MAC Holiday collection has now finally released, and I am still kind of lukewarm when it comes to this. I think this is going to be an easy pass personally for me. They've also dropped a advent calendar. That's easy pass for me. I would love to hear though what your opinions are on both of those products when it comes to MAC Cosmetics. I said I was done talking about Tarte and Too Faced, but I feel like both brands keep dropping more holiday, so I keep talking about them. Tarte has now also dropped the fact that their Maracuja Juicy Lip Liner set for holiday. And this set has a cream lipstick and a liner, and I believe this is the first time they've kind of come out with liners in this range. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very intrigued by getting these sets because of the liners. If we're being honest, I'm gonna put the picture on the screen that showcases kind of all of the sets. They all look the exact same. I don't see a difference at all. Maybe the person, no, Now I'm gonna put swatch photos right here. These look exactly the same. There's like a hair's bit of difference, and none of these would be shades that I would get any use out of. They're just a little bit too rosy for me. I really love to stick in the more brownie range, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass on all of these. Half Magic is coming out with a Flick liquid eyeliner, and this looks intriguing. It looks like this brand really wants to kind of push the envelope on being unique and innovative when it comes to their product application, and I think this looks really unique. It is very interesting tip. It's not a brush, it's not a felt, although it kind of looks feltish, but it's like more of a paddle. It's launching October 5th in the event that you're interested, and yeah, it's $20. Are you guys interested? I would love to hear. I think because I'm so used to a brush tip, this would really trip me up, but I will say I am enjoying the couple of items that I have now picked up from the brand, so who knows, I may pick that up in the future. Pleasing, which is Harry Styles' brand, is coming out with a collaboration with Marco Ribeiro, I believe. I'm sorry. That person is a Brazilian designer, and in this collection they have a palette, nail polishes, and multi-use cream pigments. This whole collection is an easy pass for me. Nothing is really intriguing and kind of pushing me to really purchase from it. I get it. I'm really annoyed with the palette, as I feel everybody else is. The nail polishes look really cute, and if I was still wearing traditional nail polish, I would probably pick up one or two of these, but I'm not. And as for the pigments, although I do really enjoy pigments, I'm sure these are just too expensive for me. Yeah, you have to buy all the pigments as a trio for $40. That's just not in my price range right now, so this is going to be a pass for me. A collection between Disney and Ulta Beauty. Now in this collection, they seem to kind of be featuring general Disney stuff, like the actual amusement park and stuff. They're not really highlighting a particular like character that Disney really does. So I think this will be kind of less intriguing to people who are Disney fans, if we're being honest, although it is a unique take, so who knows. I'm not a Disney adult, so I don't really know how people would feel who are Disney adults. So yeah, easy pass for me personally, but who knows, you may be intrigued. Lana Lips is doing a collaboration with Messina. I don't know who Messina is, but they've come out with two new limited edition lip ointment flavors. One is just the multi-use balm in Dulce de Leche. The other one is salted coconut and mango sorbet. Those both sound delicious. Who am I? But I'm intrigued. They're available now. I will try to link them down below. Are these available at Ulta? If they are, these may find their way in my cart. I have a cart that I want to pick up later today, and then there's also another cart I may be fixing to buy starting tomorrow, because starting October 2nd, I have a 20% off coupon, and you guys know I love to use my 20% off coupons. So we'll see what happens there. Another drop when it comes to Kylie Cosmetics this time is like their strictly holiday collection. I believe last time I talked about an advent calendar. So this time there's an eyeshadow palette, a cheek quad, highlighters, and some other stuff. Nothing looks really too interesting. Don't get me wrong, the eyeshadow palette looks actually intriguing to an extent. I love the kind of mustardy tone, the browns and the greens. I like it. It's cute. It's not enough for me to really go ahead and make the plunge to buy from the brand, specifically from their website. So I'm going to go ahead and pass. It looks like Tarte is coming out with a beauty deal where you can get the supersized Shape Tape Complexion Trio, which includes the Shape Tape Contour Concealer, the Shape Tape Glow Wand, and I believe the actual foundation as well. So you can get that for $15 off of the $35 or more with the code OFFER. I think that looks intriguing, but nothing that I really need, so I'm going to go ahead and pass. Fenty Beauty has also showcased their holiday collection, and in doing so, they have a duo cream blush, and also like a lip gloss set. They tend to come out with these lip gloss sets every holiday, and I feel like whatever shade is really popular, it actually gets released in their main kind of range. As for the lip glosses, I don't need any more lip glosses. I feel like I have enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that. The blush duo I think is really cute. I like the shades, but they're not enough for me to really pull the trigger, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Now, the Nars collection holiday has now officially launched, and I believe it's available now everywhere, and I will have it linked down below, probably at Sephora or Ulta if those are available. Otherwise, I'll just have Nars website linked down below. As for the cheek palette, I think that is a really nice cheek palette. Obviously, I actually have it, and I'm in the middle of testing it out. The blush is just too light. Same with the blush trio, too light for me. The lipstick, not the shade for me. And then we get to the eyeshadow palette. And for me, I wouldn't be mad to get that eyeshadow palette, but I also don't feel that I can justify buying it full price, especially for the amount of palettes that I'm currently testing out and trying to film with and trying to review for you all for Halloween. And especially because this is like Christmas, we'll wait until maybe November to really see if I'm still interested in this palette. And if I am, then maybe I'll pick it up. So the Charlotte Tilbury blush palettes. So I was very intrigued by these last week, and I pretty much said it depends, we'll see. Now, we've seen some swatches, and the way that they describe these products, I don't think I'm actually going to really enjoy them. So I thought that the darker blush that is on the bottom right corner of the dark image would be the one that I would really gravitate towards, but the description of it says that it's more of a warm rose matte. I am not a huge kind of rosy pinky blush fan. That's just not what I gravitate towards. I was really hoping that that one was going to be a little bit more peachy in tone, and I would get like kind of two warm peach blushes from Charlotte Tilbury. So I actually currently have passed on this product, but I would love to hear if you guys are interested in it. If you guys love it, let your girl know down below. Thrive Cosmetics is coming out with a CC broad spectrum SPF 40. It is available online, and it looks like there are quite a few shades. There are 28 shades. It is $38 each, and they told that it is inclusive. Now, looking at the swatches, I'd say that it's a decent range, not the best, not the worst. Could I find a shade? Maybe, but as I've said, I feel like the last couple of Will I Buy It's when it comes to referencing a complexion product, I feel I have enough foundations. I really want to work through my current foundation before the end of the year, so I really don't want to bring in any more, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Rock and Roll Beauty is coming out with the Prince of Darkness collection, which is featuring Ozzy Osbourne, or it's kind of inspired by Ozzy Osbourne, and there's nothing in this collection that is really calling to me. Although it's so big, I'm probably missing whatever I may be interested in. I'm interested if those are cream eyeshadow sticks. I don't really know, but these are available at Ulta, so I'll probably shop that collection online at Ulta before I make my order tonight to see if this would be something that I would be kind of interested in. It looks like Ilia is also coming out with some sets for the holiday, one that's about complexion, one that's about lips, an eye set, and one about all the minis. I think this is really smart for anybody who has been interested in the brand, maybe about a specific kind of category of their makeup or just in general, and wants to really dive in during the holidays. It makes absolutely the perfect sense. Just not something that I'm going to be picking up, so easy pass for me. Then we have some holiday releases from Orbe. I tried one hair product from them when I was having a lot of scalp issues. I was just having problems with the buildup on my scalp, and I picked one product up during the Beautylish semi-annual like events sale or whatever, where you can like buy a certain amount and you get like a gift card or whatever. So I picked up a whole bunch of stuff during that time, and it was a lifesaver. So for me, I definitely would recommend this brand. Is it cheap? No, but I would definitely say pick up these products strategically during the perfect time, whether you're getting a gift card back or you're getting a discount on them, something like that. But so far, I would say that I am very much impressed with the product that I picked up from the brand, and who knows, hopefully if you do go ahead and try them, you'll be impressed as well. So it looks like Lethal Cosmetics is doing another collaboration with Teresa is Dead, and I think that this, first of all, congratulations Teresa for yet another collaboration. That is a big opportunity to be able to do not only one but two collaborations with a brand that you love so much. For me, I think this all looks cute. I just don't feel the pull to really pull the trigger, and right now I need to feel that pull to pull the trigger. There's so much stuff that I'm picking up, and these are things that I'm actively like salivating at the mouth to pick up. And so for me, these things just aren't it. So I am unfortunately going to go ahead and pass. But like I said, congratulations to her. I know it is a huge opportunity, and I hope that your release goes well. And that is already available, and I will have it linked down below. So it looks like Billie Eilish is coming up with a second perfume, and this one I believe is supposed to be like smokier and darker than the first version. The first version just seemed very blasé to me, so I didn't pick it up, but I will definitely try to get my nose on this at my local Ulta to see if this smokier version is going to be for me. Tarte Cosmetics is coming out with an energy palette, and I mean, this is just a rosy neutral-ish palette, nothing unique for Tarte or just in general, so it's going to be a pass for me. I also forgot to mention that Charlotte Tilbury came out with single eye shadows with her holiday release, and I think these look really nice. There are a couple of shades that I actually wouldn't hate to pick up, but I also don't get a lot of use out of these single eyeshadow pots, so I can't justify paying the price. So overall, it's going to be a pass on that. Something I actually am interested in, ABH looks to be coming out with a mini Glam to Go palette. This looks really cute. Who knows if I'm going to pick it up? I probably won't when it comes to the actual picking up of it, but I think it looks really pretty. It's a like light rosy kind of neutrally palette, which is perfect for me and my current interest. So it looks like ZC Cosmetics is coming out with a new collection. This one is the Palace Identity Royal Bloom eyeshadow collection, and so there are 4 different kind of shade families that you can get this in. This looks cute. I doubt it's going to work on somebody of my complexion. This brand is Asian based, so I am sure that their pigmentation is going to be light. So it's just not something that I'm interested in, but I think the packaging looks really pretty. There is a new fragrance about, and this is actually a collaboration between Ditto Cool and Youth to the People. I would love to hear the background connection between these two brands, but until then, this is the Cosmic release. It is $100 for a 50 ml. The top notes are jasmine, rose, violet, and rosemary. The middle is amethyst, cypriol, and vetiver. The bottom is musk, amber, cedarwood, sandalwood, patchouli, and oud. That sounds really nice. I wonder if you can smell this in store. This just sounds really nice, and I would love to get my nose on that. There is pre-order available for Julie Beauty's Zombified collection, and this looks to be a palette that not only has neon shadows but UV shadows as well. It looks really interesting. Then you get some like cake liner palette as well and some jewels. I think this all looks really cool, just nothing that I really need right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Something I'm actually kind of interested in, I would love to try this out, is a glowy tint product that is available from the brand Peri Para. Have you heard of this brand? I haven't. It's available at Amazon, and there are 6 different shades available. I think this looks really cool, a nice like balmy shade that it could work during the day, during makeup looks, whatever. I would love to try this out, and like I said, if you've tried the brand, if you've tried this product, definitely for this, let me know. Looksy has come out with their Halloween collection, and this is the Fall-O-Ween collection for 2022. I am sure this is unfortunately already sold out, but I did want to go ahead and mention it in the event that they restock it. I know this brand has been selling out left and right since they kind of changed their manufacturing, but always congratulations to them. I'm unfortunately going to go ahead and pass. I'm not getting the use out of my single shadows that I used to, but these all look really pretty. ILNP is coming out with their Halloween collection, and this is available as soon as October 4th. I love this brand. They have really fantastic formulations, pigmentations, multi-chrome situations, but right now I'm actually doing a lot of press-ons, so I'm not going to be picking these up, but I'm sure they're going to be beautiful. So we already have the dates now for the Sephora Vib Sale, and this is going to be happening as soon as October 28th and going all the way until November 7th. So I am very intrigued. I'm going to be already creating my list, creating my shopping cart. Let me know if you guys would love to hear my suggestions, recommendations, what I'm going to be picking up. I can always feel free to do a video like that. But yeah, I'm very happy that we already have those dates now, that I can start deciding what I really need now and what I can wait to get later. Glam, which is Shein's makeup range, is coming out with the Corpse Bride collection, and I actually am really happy about that. I feel like the Corpse Bride really doesn't get enough kind of recognition when it comes to these makeup collaborations, but I hate that it's with Shein. Anyways, I don't think I'm going to be picking anything up. I don't really want to support Shein, but I think this looks cute, so who knows. I'm probably going to watch a video or two if a YouTuber does it, but it's just not going to be something that I pick up. Cleona Cosmetics is also coming out with their Halloween launch, and it is going to be new shades in their stained glass collection. I think this is interesting, unique. I'm very happy to see it, but not anything that I actually need, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Another thing I'm gonna go ahead and pass on is Sydney Grace's October bundle. I think this is a really pretty bundle. It makes perfect sense for like these harvest kind of season colors, but once again, single shadows, I am not getting any use out of. Another thing that is an easy pass for me is the skin range from what is her name now? Kim Kardashian. This is just not for me. I get the idea of the tray and the containers and all of that, but I'm not paying those prices for those items. I'm sure I could get those off of AliExpress or Amazon for a lot cheaper. Balmain seems to be coming out with their own beauty range, and I'm very intrigued to see what they come out with, and if it is high end. I'm sure it's going to be in the luxury price range, so it's probably going to be something that I look at and I don't touch, but I'm still intrigued to see what comes about. Artist Couture is coming out with some lip oils, and they're coming out flavored. $22 each. You have the pineapple poppy, the mango mommy, that girl, that is the strawberry. Then you have the cherry chica and the berry baddie. I think these are really intriguing, smart, not something that I need now. I could see myself though throwing this in the cart during the VIB sale. Game Beauty has come out with their Cyber Punk palette, and I think this looks really cute, really intriguing, nice, bright, beautiful colors. Not something that I want right now during this season. I am very much somebody who wears makeup based on the season, so I love these dark, grungy, mustardy tones right now. This type of tone, it's just not something that I'm interested in right now, so I am gonna go ahead and pass. Another Hocus Pocus 2 collaboration, and this one is with Mooncat. I've never heard of this brand, but they look to be a nail polish brand, and they have a lot of very interesting, cool nail polish shades. These look to be the metallic type, where you can magnetic type, so you can like change the shape once they're on your nails. There is one green shade that I like really want. I really want it. I doubt I'm gonna pick it up. Like I said, I'm really just stuck with these press-on nails right now. Another cute Hocus Pocus collection is from Mad Beauty. Once again, never heard of this brand, but I actually think that the eyeshadow palette looks really nice. And I don't really know what else is in here. It looks to be a bunch of like hand and hair products, but yeah, I think that eyeshadow palette looks really nice. It is £16.99 euros, I think is their cents. I don't really know, but it looks cute. I doubt I'm gonna pick it up, but it looks cute. Summer Fridays is coming out with their cheek and lip sticks, and these all look cute, but when I'm looking at them on the darker skin model, it doesn't look like there's a lot of pigment coming off. And although I'm not as dark as her, I always like to see what can work on somebody deeper to know if they're going to work on me the way I want them to, and I don't think it's going to. So once again, that's just going to be a pass. Okay, we are in the final couple, thank goodness. Bella Beauty Bar is also sneak peeking a new duochrome eyeshadow palette, and it is called Angels. This looks to be all duochrome, multi-chrome, shimmery shadows, and that's just not the type of palettes that I pick up, so that's going to be a pass. Dior has showcased their holiday releases, and they have two really interesting 9-pans, some lip products as well. I wouldn't be mad to get one of these 9-pan palettes. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad to get it. We'll see. They're not cheap. They're $49, but it's intriguing. It's intriguing. Cara Beauty is sneak peeking that they're coming out with a Halloween collection. We don't know yet what it is, but I'm intrigued. Other than, I guess, the lashes, I guess they're coming out with more stuff, so maybe I'll wait to maybe pick up those lashes when we see the rest of their collection. Kiko Milano is coming out with the Energy Shake collection, and this continues to look very, very light, friendly, nothing that's going to work for me, so it's going to be another pass for me. And then the last thing is something that I've never heard of this brand either, and this is Basil Aj Beauty, and they're coming out with the 1985 palette, which has shimmers and duochromes. I don't know if there's any mattes in this palette. I can only see a video of this particular palette. Let's see, are there any mattes? It looks like there may be a handful of mattes in this palette, but not something that I need. Just thought it would be interesting to showcase for you guys in the event that you've never heard of the brand. Now you have. So I feel like I sped through that, and I apologize. It was just so much to talk about, and I didn't want to sit here too long, and I'm sure you guys didn't want to sit here too long either. If we're being honest, there's not much that I'm going to really take the time to get, except for those cheek palettes that I'm really interested from Adept. Otherwise, I think it's going to be easy pass unless I can throw it in a cart either now or later and get it on sale. But I would love to hear if there's anything in particular that I talked about today that you are really invested in. Is there anything that I missed that you want me to talk about next week? Feel free to tag me over on Instagram. Otherwise, by now I will have already taken the time to hopefully pin the winner on my giveaway video, so definitely check out that. And lastly, if you are located in South Carolina or Florida or anywhere in between, and you have been affected or your family has been affected by the latest weather changes, my heart goes out to you, and I truly hope that everything will work its way out and you and your family will find a new home, shelter, food, and water. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.